Errol Graham, a man who starved to death in 2018 after his benefits were stopped, wrote a letter to benefit staff in which he pleaded with them to treat him fairly. The letter was never sent. It was found by his daughter-in-law Alison Turner after his death. She has begun legal action against the Department of Work and Pensions, accusing it of acting unlawfully in the handling of the case. She spoke to our reporter, Zoe Conway.
I get up as late as I can so that the day doesn't seem as long. On a good day, I open my curtains, but mostly they stay shut.
Alison Turner is reading a letter written by her father-in-law, Errol Graham.
I find it hard to leave the house on bad days. I don't want to see anyone or talk to anyone. It's not nice living this way.
Errol wrote the note for benefit staff to read. He wanted them to understand his depression.
I'm afraid to put my heating on. I dread my mail coming, frightened of what might be because I don't have the means to pay. Most days I go to bed hungry. He says here, don't think that I am here to abuse the system. Please judge me fairly. I am a good person, but overshadowed by my depression.
But Errol never sent the note. He was found dead in his flat by 2 bailiffs. He'd starved to death and weighed just 4.5 stone. He'd failed to attend an assessment to see if he was fit for work and failed to respond to 2 visits by safeguarding teams from the Department for Work and Pensions. 6 weeks later, his benefits were stopped. 8 months later, he was dead. The coroner in his case criticised the DWP for failing to get more evidence from his doctors about his condition before stopping his benefits. His family has begun legal action against the Department of Work and Pensions. Tessa Gregory is a solicitor from the law firm Lee Day.
It's our case that the safeguarding policies which the department relies on when they're considering whether to terminate somebody's benefits breach the law in a number of ways, including breaching the Equality Act because they fail to make reasonable adjustments, also breaching the Human Rights Act because they don't adequately protect the right to life of vulnerable individuals like Errol.
The Department of Work and Pensions has carried out more than 100 internal reviews of cases where benefit claimants have taken their own lives over the last 10 years. But the review process was criticised earlier this month by the National Audit Office. It said there was no evidence the department was learning lessons or implementing the review's recommendations. And this week, Linda Cooksey, the sister of a man who took his own life in 2013 after his benefits were stopped, accused the department on this programme of a cover-up after the Department of Work and Pensions admitted that nearly 50 reviews had been destroyed under its data retention policy. Alison Turner hopes that this legal action could also help other families.
Despite the repeated efforts from the families of the people of the deceased to change the system, the DWP carry on doing what they're doing. And where coroners have raised concerns about their safeguarding procedures, they have been ignored. And I am no longer willing to be in a position where I get given a false promise and it never happens and it costs another person's life. So that is the reason I'm taking legal action.
In a statement, the Department for Work and Pensions said, "Our sympathies are with Mr. Graham's family. It would be inappropriate to comment further at this time."